Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. I am TAILA and I think it's time that I start my career. It's long overdue, but I've tried over the past couple years and I just never brought myself to actually post. So yes, that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm really excited. I will be buying a camera that truly fits my vibe, which is the one that recently went viral, the DJI Osmo something. It's smaller, it's cuter, it's so much more discreet, but for now I'm gonna have to suffer with the anxiety of filming my bulky behind phone. So it's fine. I'm glad we're here today. I just want to break some things down. I am an extremely private person, or I guess I should say I was an extremely private person, but I am gonna try to figure out how to integrate my life through the public, or to the public. So bear with me. This journey is going to be very interesting. I'm really excited, but I'm really nervous. So a lot of things for me will be the first time for a lot. So yes, but I'm gonna start off this video with maybe just explaining a little bit about myself and where I grew up, a little bit about what I've been through and where I am today. I grew up in Connecticut, Southern Connecticut, very close to the New York line, but I love it there just because it's home and it has its own unique look to everything. And if you don't know anybody that made your life fun, then it's gonna be kind of dull. But I didn't really grow up everywhere. Like, I wasn't really out of the house like that, but I did spend a lot of time enjoying events with family and my significant other's family, and I'm single, by the way, but back then I spent a lot of time with his family and they tried a lot of different things, so that's where I got some experiences. But either way, my life has unfolded in ways that I never really expected, and in hindsight and now, I'm extremely grateful for how certain things unfolded, how many things unfolded, because I believe spiritually I've been watched very closely, and I think a lot of things actually turned out in my favor. Even though going through a lot of removals was really hard for me, I still feel as though I'm in a much better place now that those events happened. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to delete everything off my phone to keep filming. So it just turned out that my messages was taking up most of my space. But anyway, I think I was just explaining my life so far. Right now, what's really important to me is stability and making sure that I'm holding myself accountable for all 26 years of just decisions I've made not truly honoring myself. And that goes from the emotional side of life, financial side of life, and just holding myself accountable for my healing journey. I've had to remove a lot of friends. I've had to remove family, really. It was kind of sort of a mutual decision, even though I'm not happy on how it happened. but I'm still very grateful for it happening, because now I'm in this beautiful home with beautiful people that hold the same moral value as I do, who hold God in the center of their life. So a lot of things don't have to be said, a lot of things don't have to be explained. It's just the way of life. And I am a firm believer that if you surround yourself with those who align with your higher self, where you set the bar to reach, or where you align with people that have the same moral compass as you, in my opinion, the safest, the most rooted and anchored option is the right way of life. And God is, to me, the righteous way to live. So to emulate and pull characteristics from his teaching, his way of life, is easier, it's lighter, because it just, to me, is just the blueprint of life. So I've landed here in South Carolina. I've been here for about 6 months now. I think I've officially got here in March probably, and it's September. I'm very blessed to have made it here in one piece. My life prior was just, I was in my period where everything that I knew was burnt to the ground, burnt crisp, removed from my life in probably the most excruciating way, but a way where I knew that I cannot go back. And now I'm here and I'm kind of looking at the ashes, looking at the destruction of it all. And I rose from it, and now I'm trying to figure out what the best direction is now that I'm in a safer place for my soul. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into it because we can probably get into that another time, but I'm just letting you know that my energy I really hold dear, and it's really all I've got right now that keeps me grounded. So I pray nearly every day. If I miss a day, I make sure I pray the next day or the following day, and praying to me is my literal outlet. I plug myself in and I get charged up, and I can go back into the world, and I'm connected to a higher power. So if that doesn't resonate with you, this channel is probably not for you. And or I'm actually hoping that you continue watching, and maybe you will find things that are actually more aligned with your true self, and we can connect. I can encourage, I can inspire, I can relate, but God is the center of my life. God is the center of my entire essence, my entire being. I don't want to do anything without him or source in my life. So that's, my channel isn't gospeling, or if that's a word. I'm not gonna be singing the gospel to you, but I am letting you know that that is my core essence, my core being, and I've surrendered to it, and I'm happy. So I don't have many friends. I don't feel safe with a lot of people. I have maybe one person so far in my life that I truly feel safe with on a spiritual level, on a soul level, and that person is very anchored in spirituality as well. They're unfortunately back at home in Connecticut, so I don't have that person here with me going through life in the present time, but the love is there. And that's it. I'm very, very, very picky, so you probably won't see many faces on my channel so far that isn't myself or certain family members. And even still, they're not opening their life to the public. I am, so I probably won't show them that often, but I don't have that many friends. I might cut this out. Anyway, let's get to the core essence. So the first video I want to make is showing you my go-tos in my closet. And to give you some backdrop, I'm about 6 foot. Okay, so I have my mic. I am about 5'11", 6 foot. So how I feel is the fashion industry overlooks super tall women. And I've also heard the same for super short women. And it's very unfair. I can't go into the store and just go buy pants or go buy pajamas that are not shorts, or long sleeve shirts that actually fit the width, the length of my arms with extra coverage. That's my thing. I love extra coverage. I love to swim in my clothes. I can't just go into a store and buy clothes. I've tried it all my life. And I'm looking back at pictures now that I found my outlet, now that I found like a good place to find clothes that are trendy, timeless, and that fit virtually very well. I'm looking back at my pictures and I'm like, girl, I had pants that would go up to like my lower calf. Yes, I am her. I was her. Yes. Now that I've found my holy grail, which so far is Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing is changed the game, changed the entire game. So I've bought tons of clothes. I redid my entire closet. I'm still working on it because going from Connecticut to South Carolina, 2 different climates, like 2 different climates. Not only that, I had to prepare for seasons in Connecticut versus down here. You might have a slight winter where I've heard literally yesterday, me and my coworkers were talking about, I asked them what their winter was like down here. It's not really winter. I mean, the lowest that they've gotten last year was maybe the 26 degrees. And I think it was just a worldwide like freeze zone for us. Or I shouldn't say world, nationwide freeze zone for us. I was in Atlanta for last year's winter and it was so cold, so windy, it snowed. It was just, everything was shut down. I was like, are you guys kidding me? I'm from Connecticut. We go out there in our snow boots and life goes on. Just don't fall. If you fall, that's on you. So when I found Pretty Little Thing, changed the game. I redid my entire closet. I'm still working on my closet because as I grow internally, my style kind of evolves with me. And I've been gravitating more towards like pants and skirts, no shorts that kind of show my legs. All the dresses that I have maybe a couple dresses that go above my knees, but most of them are very like feminine, flirty. But I did pull some of my pieces to kind of share with you the recent buys that I've gotten from Pretty Little Thing. For all my tall women, again, I'm 5'11" and a half without shoes, and with shoes, meaning when you see me out in public, I'm towering over you and your father at 6 foot probably. So I needed to find something that makes me feel comfortable, makes me feel confident, and I already feel outer worldly when I step out in public because I'm towering over 98% of this world. So as a woman at that, men, it's a different story. Even still, you guys are part of the 1% percentile, I believe. So the average height is 5'9", maybe. I needed to find something that didn't break the bank because I'm not a model, I'm not a superstar, I'm not a CEO, and I don't make 6 figures every single year to break my check spending $100 on one piece of clothing. That's another issue that I have with any of like the smaller businesses that represent taller women. I get it probably costs a little bit more to tailor the clothes so that you have extra coverage and stuff like that, but $80 on maybe like a full bodysuit or a jumpsuit, that's $100. Pretty Little Thing usually has sales going on. They're priced pretty high for each product, but again, they usually have really nice sales going on. So if you catch them, you're not spending an arm and a leg on clothes just to wear to the grocery store or just to wear to work, and making you feel confident, you know, enough to like step in the world. Like you already, like I'm saying, you already feel out of place, or the world tries to make you feel out of place. So the last thing that you need is wearing clothes that aren't made for your body. So I grew out of that, and I'm very, very happy in where I am right now. But I do want to show some clothes that I got. Not all of them are from Pretty Little Thing. I pulled them out of my closet already, so I'm looking on them to the side. Not every piece is from Pretty Little Thing. Some of them are actually from TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx. They have such cute dresses. So I'm just gonna get right into it. So the very first piece of clothing I want to show you is what I'm wearing now, doing my intro. And this top is actually from TJ Maxx. It came in a pack of 2, I think. This is an extra small. No. Yeah, I think this is a double X small. For my chest area, I like to have more suction. Works for me. It has the band under here, so that helps keep them upright. But the pants, these pants are Pretty Little Thing. They have the drawstrings in the middle, and this is my holy grail, you guys. I feel I learned that for taller women, the bigger the size, the longer the length of the inseam is going to be. So if you buy 2 size up from your usual size in sweatpants, girl, you're going to be swimming in your pants, which is exactly what you want. Now these, I'm going to figure out a better angle for you, but these, I bought my actual true size, and still it's enough to cover my ankles. So when I wear like my slippers or my shoes for the day, it kind of falls over my foot, which chef's kiss for a tall girl. Okay, so here are the pants. I'm wearing them right at my waist. And this is what I mean by like, they still kind of fall right at my foot. But if I were to stand a certain way, they would be a little bit lower than my ankle. So they're totally fine. I just prefer to swim in them. But here are the sweatpants, and they're super thick. So you can kind of see where they fall. If I were to lift my leg up, they kind of stay right where they're supposed to. So here's a close-up view. They're super thick. Okay, so that is outfit 1. I'm gonna show you a top that I've also gotten from Pretty Little Thing. So this is another top that I've gotten from Pretty Little Thing. I've been into like the sleeveless energy for a while. I think it really just complements my aura, my vibe a lot. So this top is from Pretty Little Thing as well. They have the slits out on the side and it also drops in the back. So it has the zip up in the back. Like trick that I've used for stuff like that, if it allows, is to put the top on, pull it down to your waist and zip it all the way up and then pull it over, just so that you're not like dislocating your shoulder trying to put your top on. Honestly, I wear this over sweatpants just as I am now. If it's like an errand day with my grandmother, which is very, very fun, actually. She has the most beautiful soul. Or most recently, I wore this to a work meeting with like this mini black kitten heel with square toe, like a square toe cut out. So yes, I'm gonna show you guys the next item. Okay, so this is a dress that I found in TJ Maxx. It is very cute, but it has an interesting cut to her. I don't remember exactly. I think it's gonna be a bit tricky for me to show you how much I paid, but I know these dresses usually go for like $30 or $20 to $30, if not a little bit more. The good thing about TJ Maxx is usually you can't buy, like you probably wouldn't be able to go into TJ Maxx a week or two later and find the same products. So you have to jump on it as soon as you see them. So we don't go to TJ Maxx unless we know we want to walk away with a pretty chunk of a bill. So that goes from not just clothes for me, it's my home that really, really, really keeps me grounded. I need to like shine my passion through my house. So the next video will probably be showing you the things I love around my home so that you can probably find some inspiration there, but also maybe gauge a little bit more of my personhood. But yes, this is a dress from TJ Maxx, a favorite. This is a skirt from Pretty Little Thing. I wore this for my last birthday. I think a similar outfit, like a nice tube top and then the skirt. This is so cozy. You have like this maybe like soft wood fabric, but this doesn't necessarily go all the way down to my ankles, as you can see, but it's still long enough that I just still adore the skirt. This is also, like I said, from Pretty Little Thing. And I don't know if they still have this skirt online available. I know they have a white one. I wear it either just like this, or this was the skirt that I wore on top of that beige tube top from Pretty Little Thing. Underneath that beige tube top from Pretty Little Thing to my work meeting. So yeah. Then I have another pair of these linen pants, and they also fall below my ankle. So these are really nice. I could have went up one more size just for the length, but overall, these are the pants. And they are supposed to be ironed. All I do is run errands, so it's not like I wear these out to a certain occasion. I don't really do much, so not yet at least. I think I'll go out and try different things once I get my bearings. But yeah, this is also a dress from TJ Maxx. Very cute. The last thing I'll probably show you is the sweatpants that I've been living in since I bought them, also from Pretty Little Thing. They are, I think these are a size 12, and I actually am a size 8, so this is 2 sizes up, but this was the best decision I've ever made. They're so comfy. I literally trip over them, which is fine. I just need to learn how to walk in them. But they're just so long, and when they're so long, I just feel so good in life. Like, I don't know. So I'm gonna show you those. I also have the same pair or similar pair in like this really like this coffee brown. So I have a few different options. However, I feel like they are just as long, but just a little bit shorter. But I'm gonna show you those, and then I'm gonna wrap up this video. I've been living in these since I bought them. They're so cozy and so long. So that wraps up my video. I hope you can't hear Drake in the back. I appreciate you guys so much if you watch the entire thing. I really hope that you got an idea a little bit about my faves. It's not even half of my faves in my closet, actually. It's not even half of them. But for time purposes, I do have to wrap this up because your girl's got a job. So I need to make some sushi before I go into work. And yes, I'm really hoping that I can find some more like ideas to keep myself inspired, to keep going on this YouTube journey, the social media journey. It's important to me, but I need to make sure that I'm attacking truly like my purpose in life so that I can maybe keep going and feeling inspired. So I really hope that I see you guys again. Make sure you comment if you want to see certain things, if you have any questions, if you want any links. My next video either would be a part 2 or opening up the space in my home to show you my favorite things in my house. So yeah, until next time, my loves, I will see you soon.